How many of you have heard the statement that hope keeps a man alive? Raise your hands, please. Thank you. How many of you have heard the statement that hope is not a strategy? Raise your hands, please. Thank you. I am a living example where I've lived by both these statements. I'm Vikas Mohan Khosla, serial entrepreneur, author and a keynote speaker. There was an experiment conducted by scientists, and what they did was they took two huge drums, and in one drum they filled 6 inches of water, and in another drum they filled 4 feet with water. In the drum with 6 inches of water, they threw 10 mice inside and they covered it with a black cloth. There was enough oxygen supply in the drum. In the second drum, where there was 4 feet of water, they threw 10 mice over there as well. But around the rim of the drum, they had cheese, food, and they had other mice playing, and a lot of light coming in the drum. What the scientists figured out from this? They figured it out that the mice who could see the food, who could see their friends and families playing, who had a lot of light, survived 3 times longer than the mice in the drum with a black cloth and no light. What the scientists figured out was that the mice in the black drum with black cloth with only 6 inches of water drowned, not because of lack of oxygen, not because of lack of light. The mice drowned because they didn't have a ray of hope. But the mice in the drum had hope because they could see light, they could see their friends, they could see their family, they could see food. And those mice had a ray of hope to survive. The reason why I share this story is because I am a firm believer of the first statement, that hope keeps a man alive. And I lived by that. In the year 2009, I suffered a huge financial loss. I lost 4 crores of rupees in my printing business. It is a huge loss for me. I didn't know what the next day will bring in for me. Because friends, when you lose an amount like 4 crores, you lose posture, you lose confidence, you lose belief. You don't feel like going out and meeting people and showing your face, and you lose hope. I had only a string of hope left to keep myself alive. I hated to go to my own office. I did not want to go to my own office because I knew once I reach my office, there will be relatives, friends, bankers, suppliers, vendors asking me, how will you pay me? When you will pay me? We have heard that you are declaring bankruptcy. You have lost everything. I would get a stomachache 5 kilometers before my office in the same place because I just did not want to go to office. I was in such a hopeless state. And 9, 10, 11 and 12, these 4 years were the worst years of my life. And in this state, in the year 2009, in this state of hopelessness, I open the paper and I read, husband age 32, wife age 28, son 4 years of age, girl 6 years of age, have jumped from a high-rise building and ended their life because the husband suffered a huge loss in the printing business. And I said, is this the solution? Should I jump and end my life? Because I don't have anything. I only have a thin thin, thin ray of hope and nothing else. And then I said, let me calculate. If I commit suicide, my insurance policy will give me 40 lakhs. My debt is of 4 crores. And the minute the insurance company realizes that it's a suicide, my wife will not even get 40 lakhs. The friends, the relatives, the banks, the vendors who trusted me, gave me their money. Why should they go through this problem because of me? And in that state of hopelessness, friends, all I had was a mentor. I happened to meet my mentor, and he's told me, in every situation in life, you'll have two choices. Either you're going to fight it, or you're going to fly away. If you fly away, it's very easy for the short term. But if you decide to fight, you will live a good life after a couple of years. I was not wired to fly away, my friends. I was not wired to fly away. My chartered accountant told me, Vikas, your company will not survive. He was a good friend of mine. He's no more today. Your company will not survive more than 90 days. And he was such a good friend. He was crying while consulting me, and I was crying. Because I didn't want my company to shut down. Friends, tribe members, a man can survive without food for 40 days. He can survive without water for 4 days. He can survive without air for 4 minutes. But I firmly believe a man without hope cannot survive for more than 4 seconds. My hope became my biggest strength, and I decided to fight back my adversities. I decided to live up to what I wanted to. The next day, after counseling with my mentor and my CA, I said, I am going to fight. I went to my office. Nothing had changed. Nothing. I didn't have money. I didn't know from where I'll get the money, and I did not know how I'll pay back. But I stood there and I told people, as long as I'm here standing in front of you, I will pay you back. I will give everything back to you. As long as I am here, because I know I will. I had hope and I had certainty that I am responsible for getting myself here, and I am the one who can only pull myself back from this. And my fight started from that day. And from that day onwards, I took responsibility of everything. Friend, the first takeaway that I want you guys to take from here today is, do not blame your spouse. Do not blame your partner, your children, the government, the pandemic, the lockdown. Take 100% responsibility of where you are and what you are going through. The minute you take responsibility and say, it is me, your certainty will change. People will buy into your certainty. And then I was surviving. But I didn't have a strategy. My strategy was only hope and responsibility. But because I was in so much of pressure, I could not think even of 5 days or 5 months or 5 years. I started doing one thing at a time. What is important today? What is important this hour? I wouldn't even think of what would happen next Monday. I would say, let me see what I can do today. Today people ask me, you are running 3 businesses? How the hell do you manage time in running 3 businesses? And I tell them, in my time of adversity, I learned to prioritize my priorities. Friends, you do not manage time, you manage priorities. If you manage your priorities, your time will manage itself. I learned to take one step at a time and manage my priorities. The second thing I want you guys to take away is, learn to figure out what really matters to you today. What you can do right now that can change your life. And the third takeaway I want to share with you guys is to give and share. There are a number of couple of CAs in this tribe right now. I was doing a turnover of 25 lakhs. I had 9 lakhs of monthly installments, and I was working on 8% profit. If you are a CA, you can understand turnover 25 lakhs, 9 lakhs monthly installment, and 8% profit. But I used to support a lot of organizations, charitable trusts, some religious organizations. And in one of these days where I did not have money to pay my rent, I did not have money to pay my children's school fees, I did not have money to pay the electricity bill, one of the persons who came to my office through somebody, and he said, Haji, my timer is on, I have 1.5 minutes left. No, I am speaking for 12 minutes. So in that state, this person comes to my office and he says, my family member is in the hospital. I need 10,000 rupees. I had 10 rupees in my wallet, my friends. He said, sir, please help me. I need 10,000 rupees. I didn't have the heart to tell him no. And I did not want to give him a false hope and say, I will give it to you. I did not know how to feed myself. How do I get 10,000 rupees to him? I just looked at the sky. In my office, I couldn't see the sky. I looked at the ceiling. I said, God, what do I do? And I don't know how. I don't know why. It came out of my mouth. Come in 4 hours, I'll give it to you. 4 hours later, that man came to my office. I did not know, I do not know what I did. I do not recollect in 2009 what happened. But I gave him that 10,000 rupees. I do not know what happened to his family member. But seeing the joy in his face, I felt I am a winner. I do not know how much that 10,000 rupees helped him, but I got a feeling that I am going to win one more time. I got a feeling that God is with me. I got a feeling that He is going to provide not only for me, but He is making me a medium to help others. Those 10,000 rupees became the biggest learning curve of my life. And my friends, I'll tell you, do not search for hope outside. Be the hope for people who cannot help themselves. Be the light for people where they cannot see that light. Those 10,000 rupees was the biggest and the best investment of my life. It changed my thinking. I forgot my loans that day. I forgot what I was facing, and I said, irrespective of what happens in my life, I'm going to go out and I'm going to support people and I'm going to help people. And helping him, I gave hope to myself. I had fallen flat, but I knew one day I will stand tall. By 2016, I had paid off my loans, and I am author of a book, Fall Flat to Stand Tall. There are 9 principles in that book, and these are the 3 principles of the 9. Take responsibility, one step at a time. Go out and give and share what God has provided to you, and your life will change. God bless you all. Thank you.